What's up, guys? Me, Mo here, and ignore my hair because it's experimental. Ignore the ice cream truck outside because I don't know what's going on there. Apparently, they do that in the summer in this neighborhood. I don't know. It's my first time in the summer in this house in this neighborhood, so it's a little new to me. But this video is about to be about some tips, tricks, and why you should breastfeed. It's all that information that I can provide. I am not a lactation consultant. I'm not a professional. I'm just a person who have had 2 babies and breastfed both, and one I am currently breastfeeding. So I have all the tips and tricks that I have learned over the years, and I'm ready to share them with you. First things first, why should you breastfeed? I know a lot of people find it troublesome, and it's also really painful for like the first time that you do it, and maybe even the second time that you do it. I'm gonna tell you why for the baby's sake. For the baby's sake, it's very good. It has everything that your baby needs. There's no way that they could be missing out on anything other than vitamin D. And giving them the drops for the vitamin D is so easy. Literally, you either put it in their bottle for their milk, because you can pump it out and then give it to them, or you could just put it straight on your nip nop and have them drink their milk like normal, and they'll get the vitamin D they require. It's super duper easy. So, like, I also find it, like, both of my babies got real big and chubby and very healthy, very hydrated. They get everything they need from the milk, and it's just like the best thing for them. And like, it's natural. You don't have to worry about buying it. Okay, so now I'm working into the you reason, not just the baby, but the you reason. It's super easy. Do you not understand how easy it is to just pop a boob in the baby mouth when they're crying in the middle of the night? Like, you're tired, right? You just pick up, you don't have to make... Hold on, I gotta answer. Editing mode popping up in here. Yes, it's the same exact day and immediately after I recorded all the footage. So I'm gonna pop in here and tell you the things that got cut off in the video, apparently. So the reasons that you personally should want to breastfeed, not just for your baby, but for you, is because the hormones that are produced when you breastfeed help to reduce the size of your uterus. You will feel cramping, and it will feel like you're on your period. It may not hurt that bad depending on how you are, or it could hurt really bad because it could feel just straight up like your period, like it did for me for the second baby. The first time it was not that bad, but it was not very good either. So it will cause your uterus to shrink faster and more efficiently because of the hormones produced when you breastfeed, as well as it helps you to reduce your weight because it is the baby causing a process that does burn calories. And I also feel like any extra calories that you eat, I would recommend you eat normal amounts of food that you would normally eat, or if you need to eat less because you were just eating all your cravings and you're trying to adjust back to not craving everything or eating everything you crave, I recommend you just eat normal amounts of portions. You don't need to eat any more. You don't have to eat any less. I just recommend that you eat normal, and it will just, take whatever you really don't need or any extra or whatever it wants, frankly, and it will produce it into milk. So you don't have to worry so much about doing all the crazy things you need to do to lose weight, because that helps. It is like a natural way to help you lose weight. Now back to the rest of the video. Now, there's also the issues that, okay, so I'm into the how section of this video. I'm not sure how to explain it to you, but next we're going to talk about how to keep your milk production up and how to make it easier for you to produce milk and to maintain, a good milk production. First things first, water. Drink water. Drink water. I got this. This is slightly over my dailies. It's empty right now because I'm a psychopath and I drink 2 of these a day. But drink a lot of water. Get you a big old bottle like this. Get you one of those cute ones from Amazon that had little timestamps on it, or the ones with the motivational words. Get the one with the colors. Get the one that's cute. Get them, and get yourself some water. And if you don't like the flavor of water, you find it's boring, get some Mio or some water droplets. You put it in there, put a little flavor. I use Mio. My staple is the strawberry watermelon. That's my favorite one. Sometimes I'll go for the strawberry pineapple splash or whatever flavor. There's a lot of flavors you can try. There's a lot of different brands other than Mio, but it's basically that type of water enhancement thing that you can just add into your water. So that it's not juice. It's not like Kool-Aid. It's actually water and you're getting hydrated. Something, as long as you're drinking at least 8 cups of water a day, which is 8-ounce cups. 8 times 8, that's like 64 ounces of water a day at least. And that'll help you to produce more milk. And then secondly, you also need to be eating. Now, don't eat less, don't eat more. You just need to eat like a comfortable amount of calories. Don't, if you know you have maybe a food addiction, maybe, you know, I really don't think that this is the time to be worrying about reducing how much you eat. When you just have a baby, it's really stressful. I don't think you should be making so many changes. You need to get into a schedule of, and like getting used to this new baby and this new life and this new pumping thing, because ideally you'll be doing it for the next 2 years, because 2 years is probably like, it's like the recommended amount of time you should be breastfeeding your child or giving them breast milk. I stop at a year because it's a lot of stress after that, because they're really big and they can really just drink regular milk, so it's like, you know, not necessary. And you know, after that amount of time you do get tired of doing it. So, but like, I would say just eat normal meals. Eat what you're comfortable eating. Don't eat more. Don't force yourself to eat more. I would recommend multivitamins though. Multivitamins and Gatorade for electrolytes, because it does take away from you. So you want to make sure you have plenty. You can still take your prenatal vitamins. My doctor recommended I continue to take prenatal vitamins while I was still breastfeeding and all that, because it's basically the similar to your baby still being in your womb and you needing to remain cognizant of the amount of nutrition that you are having and sharing with your baby. So multivitamins and maybe some Gatorade or some, like, you know, sports drinks type stuff. Nothing with too much caffeine. I recommend not doing too much caffeine because it will probably give you anxiety, especially if you're a type of person who does not do well hungry. Get off of that window. So yeah, multivitamins and some Gatorades or something. Next, you want to make sure you get a schedule. Now, pay attention to how your baby is eating. My baby, she's big, chubby baby. She's not actually that big. She's got thighs. She's so cute. She's chubby and so healthy. When she first came out, she ate every hour on the hour. It's like, it's crazy. Every hour to every 2 hours. Now she's eating like, she went from every hour to every 2 hours, then to just 2 hours. And then she went for like, she was like 2 hours for like 5, until she was like 5 months. And then she got really curious about like solid foods or what we were eating. So I would give her like a little bit of something, you know, give her little mashed foods and, you know, test her ability to eat. So like when she's like trying new things or being really curious, or even when she's napping longer, getting like her naps together, she'll like maybe have like 3 hours in between feedings, and now she's at 4 hours in between feedings. She's currently 6 months, and I believe it was very similar for Sky as well, except for Sky didn't nap as well because I don't know, I just had her sleeping schedule situation just different. Like I was trying to do something and it wasn't working for me. It was also my first baby. She was also less chill than Kyrie is as a baby. Actually, we're equally chill, but she's just like less chill in the sleeping department. She's like angry when she's sleepy. Kyrie's just kind of like, I'm very uncomfortable, but I'm not going to be too mad right now. So, yeah, get a schedule of how your baby feeds and try to pump with that schedule. Like if your baby sleep and it's like that's been like, maybe she's taking a 3-hour nap, or she just ate an hour ago and she's gonna sleep for 2 hours or maybe 3 hours. You know, sometimes they give you them good naps where you can get really productive. If you have, if it's every 3 hours and it's about time for you to pump, but your baby's not like awake yet, girl, pump. Keep that schedule, because it helps you produce more milk. Because your body, like, even if you pump and then an hour later your baby's wakes up and she's hungry, more than likely she's not going to be hungry as soon as she wakes up. That's a really good thing about, like, you know, when your baby takes a nap, is that they're really just trying to wake up and, you know, get reantiquated. So you'll have a little bit more time to produce more milk. But also, if you produce milk right after you pumped, your body's definitely going to pull something and get your baby something. So you don't have to worry about that. If you pump after you feed your baby, it'll get whatever's left. It's not going to make your body feel like it needs to produce more. Or in my experience, I should probably look that up, but in my experience, it works with baby after, because the pump doesn't tend to like squeeze out as much milk, but the baby definitely does. And I don't know if it's probably the hormones you know, like you produce more, I think it's oxytocin when I'm holding the baby, because like it's my baby. It's like the hormones of that help produce and excrete more milk. There's this YouTuber who's like a lactation consultant. I'll put her links in the description below because she gives some good information as well. So just keep on schedule, because keeping that schedule is very important. And that also has brings me to my next two topics, which are going to be consequently like in sequential. Yes. Excuse me. The sun is going down as we speak, and it's very strange because the window's over there. Okay. Get a pump. Get a good pump. I have the Motif pump. It is a little portable pump. You charge it. It lasts for a very long time. I will charge it like once a week, and I'll use it like a couple of times a day. Well, I'm using it more often because I'm getting my pumping schedule back in order, because I got so stressed out from work that I wasn't been able to pump because I had so much stuff and I felt like I was like super busy and I didn't have enough time to pump, and my milk supply suffered because of it. So I had to get back on my ball. But it's really like every week, once a week, you have to charge it. It's really good. So get one like that. You can get the bougie ones that you can just stick into your bra and it just pumps like that, but it only holds like so much milk. The Motif one, it comes with two things, so if you want to do both at the same time, you can. It'd be very convenient, but I'm usually very busy and on my phone with one hand and pumping with the holding the other one, pumping with the other, so I never do two at the same time unless we're watching something on the TV and I don't use my hands. And it has like 5 ounces and like some change. It's like some millimeters at the top, whatever's slightly above 5 ounces. Milliliters. So it has like a good sized bottle, and usually when you get them, well, when I got them, because I got mine through my insurance, they came with bags. They give you so many bags, medical grade bags for storing milk. For me, the amount that they gave me the first time is probably going to last me until she's a year, but that's mostly because of the time period in which I was stressing and not being able to produce enough milk. I'm slowly trying to build my milk supply back up, my extra, because like you never know what's going to happen. I really don't want her to have any time where she's not going to have enough milk. So just getting a really good pump that's convenient, even if it's not one that's portable, if you can't afford it. There's the handheld ones. You really have to get a technique with those, because if you ever use an electrical pump, it will help you understand how to use a manual pump so much better, because I had a manual pump my first pregnancy, couldn't use it. It was painful. I didn't understand what I was doing. This time around, when I have an electrical pump, I can see what I was doing wrong, because I was being aggressive when you're not supposed to be aggressive. You're supposed to be very, very gentle. It's just you can squeeze it a lot more than you need to. Like, there should be no reason for you to ever squeeze it fully. So if you get a handheld pump, just try to watch some videos, get some advice on that, because you really just need to be gentle and like build up your tolerance to do more, but just know you're not going to be pushing down all the way at all. And then next, if you're going back to work at any point, first of all, make sure that you at least get three months off of work. I wanted 6 months. First baby, I had 6 months off of work. This next job, I didn't have that option. I had to go back after 3 months. Technically, I could have took more leave, but I was like so far out of the game, and with my job, it's like a learning curve, so you really can't like stay out of the game and like jump back into it at full speed. So I didn't really want to be out so that long. Also, I didn't want to use up all my leave, because if I come back during a period in which, you know, people are taking leave and I will get stuck on like a detail or doing like work that I'm not going to want to do, like bull crap. So I didn't want to do that. But like if you have a job, if you're going back into working, make sure your job understands that you are going to be taking your pumping breaks. And it is an EO, it is an equal opportunity issue if they're not allowing you to pump, or allowing you a safe place to pump, or allowing you to go somewhere that is safe to pump. Make sure that they understand that you need to take these breaks. They should allow you at least 2 to 3 hours throughout the workday to pump, to make sure that you have enough milk for your baby. If not, then this job is a hostile work environment if they're allowing you to, because first of all, if you don't pump on your schedule, you can get engorged, which is very painful, and that's not going to help your work productivity. Now, is it? No, it's not. It is going to be bad for your baby, because the more you're engorged, more often, the more pressure you put on your milk ducts, and the less milk you're going to be able to produce, because it's just like the pressure that you consistently build on your milk ducts is bad for milk production. I can't explain why, but it is bad. So make sure your job knows that you need to be pumping and that you're going to pump and that you're going to find somewhere you're comfortable pumping, whether it be your car, if they actually have a lactation room, a mother's room for that. Like most jobs, I think, are modernized enough to, like even Amazon warehouses have a mother's room so you can pump. So like most places should have you a place to pump. So make sure they understand that you are pumping and that you will pump and you have a schedule. You don't have to tell them their schedule. I don't think so. And if you got to get your doctor to get you a note, because your leadership or your supervisors are just being like super complicated, get it. Just get it. And next, here is some extra stuff that I think makes it much easier for you to live life. First thing first, nursing bras. Nursing bras, you just unclip. I have one on right now. The window's open, ignoring that. It looks weird, but it unclips like this. And it brings down. That makes life so much easier, especially like if you're gonna be like me and like the baby wakes up in the middle of the night, you just unclip and here you go. And inside this is a reusable nursing pad. I find those very convenient for me. It also forces me to do laundry. You could also just get the ones that you dispose of. Try to make sure that they're good for the environment, like more natural products that decompose better, like maybe paper-based or something like that. I don't know. Cotton-based, something that's going to prevent leakage but also not be so bad on the environment. That's why I got the reusable ones, because all I have to do is wash it, throw it in a washing machine with the rest of my clothes, get it back, you know, make sure it's not like with the crazy clothes. I put it with the baby's clothes because her detergent that we use is like easier on, you know, it's better. It's better for like not having a bunch of chemicals or a lot of fragrance and all that. So I like to do that. So also nursing tops that have the similar clip. They're very helpful for when you're on their weekends. Like usually I would be like just walking around in that and then chilling, but like I'm vlogging today, so I'm not gonna do that. I could wear it underneath my shirt, and then like when I'm not vlogging, I could just chill around in my tank top, and because it's cute and you get different colors. So that's one thing that helps. I already said the nursing pads and Vaseline or nipple balm. Those are going to help you, especially if it's your first time. The first time, it's just painful. It just is painful for the baby to pull the milk out. It hurts. And over time, this is my second child, and it does not hurt. Like the first time, the first like few weeks, maybe the first 2 or 3 weeks, it was painful, and then it just stopped hurting. And for the first baby, for me, it was just painful for her to pull, for her to do anything, just the active breastfeeding. There was no chapping, there's no chafing, there was no nothing on the outside. It was just the inside, like the internal workings of producing milk that hurt for me. And the second time around, it was the outside that hurt. Like I got chapped. It was also the pulling in the beginning, but after that, it just stopped doing that. I guess because it's my second baby, my body is used to it. It just had to get used to it again. And the outside was the part that hurt. So when you have the outside that's breaking, like the skin is breaking, you're getting scabs and stuff, I recommend that you just pump. Just pump and feed her like that, because you can also see how much milk you're producing, and it gives your nip-nop a break from the moisture of the baby drinking, because the moisture of the baby drinking and the constant rubbing and trying to get used to that between you and the baby is what's causing you issues. So pumping for like a week should give you the time for that to heal, and by the time you go back to it, it should be fine. But I know in order for that to work, because I had to switch in between breastfeeding and bottle feeding because it was not working for me. But like if that happens, I recommend you get a good nipple, like one of those natural feeling nipples. Like I got the is it Dr. Brown's? Here's a picture of what I got. These are the bottles I have. I also have the glass ones because I know that they are more durable and they're easier to clean and they're just better. They don't latch on to bacteria like plastic. All right, as I was saying before I was interrupted twice, getting a good nipple for your bottles is very important for bridging your baby from like breastfeeding to like bottle feeding. For my baby, honestly, she was like a hungry little baby gremlin. So like even the rougher, less soft nipples were like she was fine with, like the ones that came with my pump, you know? So you could just pump and then have it in the bottle and then put the top on and feed the baby. She was fine with those. But that's because I think because you also have to integrate it early to switch out to get her used to it, especially if you're going to go to work. You don't want your baby to be not able to eat. So getting a good nipple or getting them used to the nipple early, I would recommend the implementation of both of those to help aid in any issues you may have in the future. So that's all the information I have for you guys right now. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I also see the links in the description for the one YouTuber that I watch that has a lot of good information on lactation because she is an actual lactation consultant. So I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Bye.